Before we start the video, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you join the Discord. We're all lovely, we love talking about Kenshi. We've got nearly 40 members, the link's in the channel description. Thank you. In Kenshi, as you get to the mid to late game, you're going to want to be starting your own base. Now, I have made a video on this topic before, but let's just say the quality was poor, to say the least. So I thought I'd remaster it and add a few new tips along the way of how to start a base, what to turn your base into, and how to make sure it doesn't get raided straight away. Let's get started. The first thing we need is building materials. These are the building blocks of your base. They will make your first shelter, your walls, so make sure you have a lot of them. Now we need to find a base location. The best I would recommend for beginners is this area on the right of the hub. It is flat, it has all the things we need, and honestly it's got quite a nice landscape. Now the most important feature for base building is this button here, the prospect button. This is going to tell us what is around the local area. Now as you can see, it does say 0 for some, but trust me, everything is here. It has okay water, good fertility, and which is good because it's 100% in arid, and arid is one of the best. It's got everything we need. And as well, up here we can just find this little tiny settlement. This has a ton of building materials for us. If you just press Alt, a ton of building material and iron plates, and also there's tools and stuff we can sell for money. So after that, we then need to start building our first small shack. The small shack is the only building we unlock without having to research anything. So we just need to put down 5 building material in any place you want. I recommend put it more for middle, but you can place it anywhere you want. After we've placed a building, this will pop up on the right. This is our base overview. It has a few little features. Number 1 is the open to public, letting people come in our base. The second is the research panel, so if we research something for a research bench, it'll pop up here. And the last 2 have to do with power. The first one, power, shows how much power we produce and need, and the battery charge dictates how much charge we have in our battery. But to get all these stuff, we need a research bench. A research bench will come as soon as we start the game, but to get to any other levels, we need to start researching. Simply using free building materials will allow us to build this, and then we can start researching new technologies. After we've built the research bench, we then want to research for small house. Now this costs 2 books, you can get the books from travel shops and way stations, but this is going to allow us to build a bigger house than our small shack. Our small shack will do for now, but when we want to start building bigger things like workbenches and research benches, we're going to need more space, and the storm house will include that. And the other thing we want to research is the defensive walls. At start it's going to be makeshift walls, and all these are going to be is just simply ramshackle walls that are going to keep enemies out. They are weak, but for now they are what we need. And to subsidise building all of these things, we're going to need some building materials, and the way to counteract that is to build a stone mine. Now, there is only good stone and rocks over by the left side of this area, but we still get 100%. So building one of these is going to be a must, as the more we mine it, the more raw stone we get. And we use that raw stone to put it then into a processor. Building this for 6 iron plates, we can grab all these iron plates just from that tiny settlement I told you about. This is going to turn 2 stone into 1 building material. So then eventually, instead of having to run all the way to the general shop and the mechanical shop, we can then straight away just mine some stone and then turn it straight into workable, refinable building materials. After getting all this building material from either the tiny settlement or the building processor, we can then start building our storm house. This is going to be a very necessary build, as to get to the later tech levels we're going to need to start building stuff to put in it. Now a small shack is not going to be big enough, as it is in its name, a small shack, but first of all we're going to build our storm house. We can get other bigger houses as we go down the research tree, but for now this is all we need. After we've built the storm house, we're going to start putting down some walls. Now I always recommend putting down the defensive gate first so we can build it around there. But all we're going to do is put this down, make sure we follow the blue arrow. The front of the arrow is where it's going to be facing the enemy, like it says here, and we're going to give ourselves a nice bit of space. Now this is going to cost us around, I'd say, probably 20 building materials, maybe a bit more depending on the gate, but this is all we need right now. We've got enough space for a few defences, a few more buildings, some farms, but this is a nice spacious base. After building all of the walls, this is what our base looks like now. It does look a bit like a bag of shit scrapyard, but for now this is our home. Now as we go through the tech tree, we're going to start unlocking some new walls, and then with those walls we can then start walking on them. And you're probably thinking, why would we need to walk on them? It's so we can start building proper defensive, like crossbows, so when an enemy raid does happen, we can then shoot them before they even get in, and potentially even stand outside, go on block and let them shoot at them all. But for now, we need to start researching tech level 2. So grabbing 6 books from a way station or travel shop, we can then start building the next line of research benches. This research bench is going to be a lot bigger than our current small research bench. This is why we need the storm house, so we have enough space for it. So as we research this, we can then start building our next one. After we've researched for tech level 2, we can then see that we've researched for research bench level 2. Now, this costs 10 plates, but it also needs a nice space. The stormhouse is here. The 10 iron plates can be acquired from the tiny settlement nearby, or because of this base's location, a way station is only 2 seconds away just to run to it. It's a nice little location, and we can get all of our iron plates building materials from there, and even some more books. After building the research bench, we then want to start looking at defensive walls. These are the second walls we can acquire and the main ones we need. The reasons we need these so much is because it unlocks the second tier of walls, gates and some ramps so we can then start walking on our walls. Now, instead of tearing all of our walls down, if we click on one, we can see this little thing there that says upgrade. This makes sure that we don't have to dismantle all of our walls and we can just go over, build them up a bit more and then add the next necessary materials required for building them. Luckily, this only costs one more building material, so we can click on all of them, press upgrade, and because I've got my assigned job as engineer, my guy will automatically build all of them. This is what it looks like when it's fully finished. A nice level 2 wall and gate. It looks a lot more rustic now, like a bit of a cyberpunk scrapyard sort. But we also do need to build a ramp. Now this ramp is going to allow us to run on top of the wall and then start walking on there. So if we have crossbows or turrets, we can start running. Now the turrets, in my opinion, are very overpowered. So let's have a look at how to build them. The way we get turrets is researching mounted crossbows first of all. Now there is another technology called crossbow turret strings which are going to increase the power, but for now all we want is the mounted crossbows. This is going to allow us to build crossbows on the walls and on the floor, yet we really only want them on the walls so we get a height advantage and so we can't be attacked while we're doing them. This is the crossbow here. It is a nice little piece of machinery, and if you can see in the bottom left, there's all the stats. When you go up to a crossbow and fire or use it for the first time, it will reload it, and this will level up our turrets, perception and precision shooting. 55 damage is very, very good considering that, let's say if a hive worker drone was attacking us, just one attack from this would rip off most of its limbs. Now we have to build a well as well if you are in a base, because if we are going to start farming or we just need some water for like hemp or for hashish or grog distillery, we're going to need some water anyway. But there are another thing about base I've not mentioned. These are the faction events. Now if we have a look at the faction events, we can see at the time what we're getting. The first one we got was the materials trader from the Western Hive. Now because we are in the middle of the area and close to the Western Hive, we're going to be getting material traders from them. It could also be farming traders as well, which is quite nice. But when they come up to us, we'll get a nice little notification at the bottom here. Now, the Western Hive send a trade caravan to us, and depending on what kind of trader they are, we can then buy stuff from them. Now, this Hiver is a materials trader, so we can buy all the types of materials from him. We can buy books, bandages, food, and a shit ton of iron plates and building materials. Fuel is also nice as well, but we only really need the building materials for now. The other event that can happen are raids. Now, bandit raids, only two affect us in this area if we've not pissed anyone else off. The dust bandits and the black dragon ninjas. Now, these guys are very tough. Now, the black dragons are a lot tougher than the dust bandits. We cannot talk to them, bribe them. So running away right now is our best option. And the only way to deal with these at a low level is to simply let them run through your house for a bit, like a couple of chickens, and then they'll run away. So now, because we can't fight them, we can hire mercenaries from a bar to come protect us, but after a bit of time, they will just run away. There is a small chance that they can occupy your base, but it is low chance, and if they do, you are going to have to fight them. Now, if you are going to have to fight them, I would recommend hiring a couple of bands of bodyguards and mercenaries to help, but other than that, this should not really be happening, especially if we've only got a little starter base for now. Now that we've got to the end, we need to start looking at what we can do with our base. So there are a couple of ideas of what we can do. So every base, in my opinion, should have a use. Now when I say a use, I mean what does our base actually provide? So a farm base one. There is a lot of arid round here, so we can start growing cactuses, we could start growing hemp. So that will be a farm base, and going from the cactuses we can then make cactus rum. We can then make food. But if you don't want a farm base, we can have another base instead. So there is a lot of iron and copper around here. So maybe we could turn this into a factory base, making steel bars, making electronics. Every base should have a use, in my opinion. We could turn it into armory, a weapon shop, because when you think about bases, especially if you make one in the United Cities, you are going to have to start paying tax on it. So your base should be a way of making money, in my opinion. A few other things to keep note of, as with bases, some of the things I could not get for this video, is you can also get reinforcements to your base to help you as well. So if you ally with the Sheks or the anti-slavers, if you are ever getting raided by a big enough faction, they will send reinforcements to you as well. The more people you decide to anger though, decides on how many people will visit your base. So if you anger the Holy Nation hard enough, they will send a raid to your base to kill all of you, and if you have any hivers or Sheks there, they will enslave them. If you have angered the United Cities much enough, they will send a raid there to destroy you. Or if you have angered them a lot by killing one of their high leading nobles, they will send the Igor assault, which is one of the strongest assaults in the game. But other than that, once you've built your base, it should be nice enough. Remember to always have a use, and remember that it is your base. Don't run away from it unless you cannot fight. But when you've got a bunch of people, I've only got one person for now, but once you have a lot of people, that is your domain and it is your castle. The last thing a base needs is a name. Now, if we look around us, the best base names is what we can see around us. So it's flat, and it's got sand, flat sand. It's nice enough, isn't it? But other than that, guys, that is my base guide. If you think I left anything out, or if you have any ideas for stuff in the bases, just leave it in the comments below. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Kenshi itself. Thank you, and remember to have a good one.